Good afternoon from Stanford. They call this place the farm, and we've got women's soccer coming your way right here and now on the Pac-12 network. 13th ranked Stanford hosting the San Diego State Aztecs. Glad you're with us. Welcome to Larry Q. Kagan Stadium. Troy Clarity, very happy you've decided to spend some time with us. Hope you're staying safe, healthy, and sane. San Diego State, they're 1-2 out of the Mountain West on the young season, while Stanford is 2-0 so far, and they're fresh off a 7-0 goring of Cal State Northridge on Thursday. And those efforts led largely in part by Maya Doms, the junior from Davis, California. All Pac-12 second team last year, but nagging injuries held her back a bit in 19 and 20. So far in 21, we might be seeing Doms at the peak of her powers. There's another goal, and you're going to see a third one coming up right here because Doms recorded a hat trick against the Matadors on Thursday. 4 goals on the season so far, tied for third in the entire country entering today's action. San Diego State, a young team overall, but they have some veteran leadership in Laura Fuentes, the senior from Newark, California. Take you back to Thursday for the Aztecs against St. Mary's, as there's Laura Fuentes. Great vision, finding a teammate, and San Diego State with their lone goal against St. Mary's on Thursday. She plays well in tight spaces, has great vision, and she was first team All-Mountain West last year. Stanford 8-0-1 all-time against San Diego State. Can the Card notch another one, or will the 10th time be the charm for the Aztecs? San Diego State and Stanford straight ahead.
You're watching Pac-12 Bay Area, home of the Cal Bears and the Stanford Cardinal. Available on Xfinity.
USAA is made for the safe pilots. For Mac, who can come to a stop with barely a bobble. Lucia, who announces her intentions even if no one's there. And Sergeant Moore, who leaves room for her room. With USAA Safe Pilot, when you drive safe, you can save up to 30% on your auto insurance. Get a quote.
People everywhere are discovering how 5G can change their lives. But Apartments.com has changed millions of renters' lives by helping them get into new homes. So we already knew all about the power of 5G. We've had it in every town and city for years. And also 6G. And 4C and 2R and 7L. What else would you expect from the site with the most listings anywhere? Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place. Hello?
Did you know that Sling provides the best value for college football fans?
Sling allows you to customize your channel lineup to watch what you want, when you want, with no hidden fees or long-term contracts. With your current subscription, you already have access to ESPN's family of networks, where most college football games air. Watch college football on Sling all season long.
Conference of Champions.
Thursday, football is back. We're booked and busy with a doubleheader on Pac-12 Network. Rocking and rolling at 4:30 in Salt Lake with a matchup between Weber State and Utah.
What kind of speed do you got, young man?
Then at 7:30, we're on the gridiron in Tempe as the Sun Devils welcome the Thunderbirds.
To the end zone, touchdown.
Sit back and get ready for the action, starting at 4 with the pregame, only on Pac-12 Network. Presented by Taco Bell.
They're taking the pitch here at Larry Q. Kagan Stadium. 13th ranked start Stanford about to host the San Diego State Aztecs. Let's get you the starting 11 for both squads, starting with the Aztecs. Their head coach, Mike Friesen, in his 15th year and has had some success, a lot of success actually, running that program. Watch his center backs, Claire Watkins and Kiara Utush, and the keeper, Alexa Medueno, could be very busy today. Meanwhile, for the Stanford Cardinal, they are led by 19th year head coach Paul Ratcliffe. And boy, is it good to see Naomi Girma back in the starting lineup after she missed all of the 2020 campaign with an injury. Beautiful day here on the farm, 82 degrees. It's been hot and hazy around the Bay Area the past couple of days. Not quite as hot, not quite as hazy today. The Aztecs and the Cardinal, away we go. Enjoy the match. Stanford 2-0 winners in their season opener at Cal Poly. last week. And as we told you at the top of the show, we're in complete command against Cal State Northridge on Thursday, a 7-0 result. Maya Doms with a hat trick. Abby Grubel scored twice. Castro with the switch over to the far side of San Diego State. Trying to get something going here early. Emma Gaines-Ramos leaves it to the outside. A collision just around the top of the 18. Trying to chip it away. While the Aztecs trying to get things going here at the start. Eventually falls to Katie Meyer, the redshirt junior keeper for Stanford. She's from Newbury Park, California. Played just the first half against Cal State Northridge on Thursday. Has only been called on to make one save in 1.5 games for her so far this season. San Diego State 1-2 on the year. Beat Army 1-0 on a penalty kick by Laura Fuentes. Dropped a 3-0 decision to Pepperdine. And then they were ahead 1-0 against St. Mary's going into the second half on Thursday. But a red card really doomed the Aztecs midway through the second half. Gale scored twice and got the 2-1 win over San Diego State on Thursday. To Paige Rubenstein. Andrea Kitahara with her first touch of the game. She's a freshman from Hillsborough, California, just up the road. Aztecs get it back. Tried to find Castro, just a bit beyond her reach. Ends up at Naomi Germa's foot, the senior from San Jose, California. Germa on the Mac Herman Trophy watch list for the year. Missed the entirety of the 2020 campaign, torn ACL just after participating in a U.S. Women's National Team camp last fall, but back on the pitch for the Cardinal. Meanwhile, Williams centers it, but the only one there is an Aztec. Kaylee Ohi was able to send that one away. Samantha Williams, her first touch of the match, and she is certainly one to watch for the Cardinal. Williams super sneaky and super savvy as well. You're going to have a lot of fun watching her. She had some terrific moments during her freshman campaign. I was looking for more in her sophomore season. There's Maya Doms. Ran the midfield like a boss against Cal State Northridge on Thursday. Can't connect with Rubenstein there. San Diego State to throw it in. There's Doms, the junior from Davis, California. Paul Ratcliffe, the Stanford head coach, says that she is superb, super fit, super sharp, and is fine-tuning everything right now. So far, so good for that young lady. She has it. Sierra Engie with Denise Castro chasing. Castro, one of two freshmen in the starting lineup for San Diego State today. Sarah Funk, the other. Outside to Kitahara, the center, sailing back post, and beyond everyone. Andrea Kitahara, they call her Dre, had 2 assists against the Matadors on Thursday. She is on the U.S. Under-20 women's national team. She also played squash and was ranked as high as number 4 in the country during her squash career. That's inside the box. A couple of bounces to Alexa Medueno. The sophomore from Woodland, California, just outside of Sacramento, was second-team All-Mountain West last year. Has played every minute of her collegiate career. Skips off of Rochelle Elvey, who gets the start today for the Aztecs. San Diego State, one of their key players, Anna Tui, suffered a knock against St. Mary's, continued on, but not available for this one. Skips outside off of Stanford, Kelly Pagador, the last to touch it for the Cardinal. Talking to Mike Friesen, getting his thoughts on Stanford, he said, well, we missed him a year early. Stanford went just 6-6-2 last year. We'll tell you more about that season as we go throughout the show, but based on some of the experience that his team had last year, we'd rather have seen them here this time around. Ahead to Kitahara. Can she get there first? Kicked away by Medueno. And Alexa Medueno passes the first test. As Andrea Kitahara was close to it and kicked away by Medueno. Out of bounds, San Diego State to throw it in. Medueno, the first true freshman keeper to start every game for San Diego State in the season since 2007. Malia Kaliohi to throw it in. Off of Castro's foot as she tried to connect with Elvie. And it will go in Stanford's direction instead. Rubenstein to throw it in. Junior from Davis. Was teammates with Maya Doms at Davis High School. Castro wins it back. Looking forward to seeing what Castro can do, as she is certainly well decorated on the youth and the international level as well. Castro played with the Mexican under 15 and under 17 national teams. Engie, top towards Doms. And that rolls back to Medueno. Laura Fuentes in the mix to help break that up defensively for San Diego State. Mike Friesen wants the Aztecs to stay compact, play hard, and make the Cardinal earn it. Terrific pass ahead, trying to hang on to it. Shot off the post! And Kaliohi clears. A close call for the Cardinal. I believe that was Grubel. As Grubel was able to negotiate through two Aztec defenders. Terrific through ball. Stanford was money in that department against Cal State Northridge on Thursday, and Grubel did just about everything right, but hit the post at the end. Has another chance here. Finds Belbrady. Turns. Shot blocked. And Funk settles it for San Diego State. Sends it forward. Castro, the only red shirt in the vicinity, but Kennedy Wesley playing center back along with Gurma. Settles it for a moment. Now Wesley trying to win it back. Shielding. Back to Kelly Pagador. A freshman getting the starting nod so far in the early portion of the season for the Cardinal. And back to Meyer. Well, Stanford with that 7-0 win over Cal State Northridge, that was by far the sharpest that Stanford has looked, certainly since their 2019 season, which ended with them hoisting the big trophy at the very end of it all. The College Cup was held in San Jose that year. 2020, not so much of a sharp season for the Cardinal, with injuries and inability to train early on before the season. Stanford went 6-6-2. You see the Pac-12 champions, the College Cup champions, NCAA championships on the banner across the way for the Cardinal. 2019 represented in all three of those categories. 2020, not so much. Squeezes through to Kita Hada, but she can't hang on to it. What a ball by Engie. And part of what made Stanford so sharp against Cal State Northridge on Thursday was their ball movement. As they seem to be finding teammates consistently, and not just the movement, but the placement. Paul Radcliffe very happy, and he, talking to him before the match, he said, yeah, that's certainly the sharpest that we've looked in almost 2 years. Out of bounds. Stanford to throw it in. Paul Radcliffe loved the high energy and the fantastic goals against Cal State Northridge, as Stanford scored just about every which way you possibly can in a soccer match. It says the growth and the hunger need to continue. Blocked. Trying again. Hiking it towards the back post. Kita Hada, the closest Cardinal to it, but two red shirts. Kaliohi unable to hang on to it on the far side. Back to Engie. And out wide to Pagador. Pagador veering, but dispossessed on the far side, setting up Castro. San Diego State making a stand defensively. Mike Friesen wants Stanford to earn it. He expects the Cardinal to have the run of possession. And you expect Stanford to pressure from the back, but anything that Stanford gets, he wants to make sure that they earn it. San Diego State with an initial rally in the first couple minutes or so, but since then, for the most part, it's been all Cardinal with a couple of chances. Kitahada blocked by Meduena, and then Grubel hitting off the posts. That one's beyond Kitahada's reach. Well, Stanford last year had some streaks broken, some serious ones. Their first time missing the NCAA tournament since 1997. That broke a streak of 22 in a row. Had a 20-match win streak snapped, a 28-match home win streak, and 43-match unbeaten streak snapped last year. And they also had a 5-match winless streak at one point last year, too. Their longest since 2005. Off of an Aztec defender, and rolls back to Meduena. So certainly an uncharacteristic season, as those numbers are a bit more indicative of what the Cardinal are capable of, certainly here at Kagan Stadium. But Paul Ratcliffe kind of approaches the 2020 season as a preseason for 2021, as Brady gets sandwiched. Tries to switch field, go far side, gains Ramos, the closest one to it from San Diego State's perspective, but it's rolled back to Meyer instead. And he had Ratcliffe had some intriguing thoughts getting his final analysis of last year, and especially since the regular season wrapped up, 4+ months ago? It wasn't that long ago that Stanford women's soccer was playing. So given the fact that was just a quick turnaround, setting things up for this season, how does that set up for 2021? More on that in a moment. Brady off to the side, chased in the corner, tried to give and go, but no one quite there to complete the go part of the process. Moves it out on Stanford. San Diego State with the goal kick. Oh, it's been a bit physical at points. Bell Brady. The turn and the crunch. Claire Watkins says hello. Watkins, a junior transfer from Oregon. She transferred from the Ducks program after the 2019 season. So she's no stranger to playing in this against the Cardinal. Rolling back, Wesley clears. Bounces and rolls back to Watkins, but intercepted by Kitahada. Finds Doms. Doms has options. Outside, in the box, right foot wide of the post. Stanford had numbers and almost connected Samantha Williams, who's so dangerous in so many different ways. That one off target. And if there's anyone that you certainly don't want to leave unmarked, it's Samantha Williams, the sophomore from Laguna Beach, California. Was Pac-12, made the Pac-12 all-freshman team last season. Tireless worker. She is all business when she is on the pitch, but she's so much fun to watch, so savvy, and able to beat multiple defenders by herself. She has the ball now, with help from overlapping back posts, not quite there. So many facets of Williams' game that I'm sure you're going to see, if not necessarily today, but throughout the course of this season. Not just her dribbling skills, her speed, and her shooting ability, but terrific service as well. So keep your eye on number 25 for the Cardinal throughout this season. Bouncing towards Castro. Out of bounds. Cardinal to throw it in. To Kennedy Wesley, the junior from Rossmore, California. And Germa. On a warm day, slight breeze. Out to Rubenstein. Back to Wesley as we are 15 minutes in. Here on the farm, Troy Clarity taking you through it. Stanford and San Diego State scoreless. Doms has at her foot. waiting for space, shut down immediately. Well, to this point, San Diego State has done the job. They made it a little bit difficult for Stanford. Angie can shoot. She does. Just kisses the top of the net. Inside the 18, Stanford hasn't had too much room to run, but they can certainly do things like this as well, as Angie can certainly bomb from long distance. The junior from Cardiff, California, had 2 assists against Cal State Northridge on Thursday. Doms can strike from long distance, and Kita Hada showed some impressive stuff with her leg and her ability to strike from distance as well. Mike Friesen has to be pleased with what he has seen overall to this point, especially defensively from his squad, but just 15 minutes into this one. Aztecs have made 8 of the last 9 Mountain West Championship games, including last year's, in which they lost in overtime to New Mexico. They tied it with 6 seconds left in regulation, but lost it in the 96th minute. Finished last year 8-3 on the season. Brady has time. Doms waits, shoots, punched away by Madueña. Well, that's probably the most space and times that Doms has had so far in this match, and she can certainly do things like this. Madueña up to the challenge, and the first corner kick of the match for the Cardinal. Cardinal have scored 9 goals this year. 3 of them have come off of set pieces. The head off target. Germa was hunting for the goal there. Germa, the 2019 Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, off the foot of Grubel, and Germa was right there. Germa with 4 goals in her career, the last coming against Cal in November 2019. Which in some ways doesn't seem like a long time ago, but in other ways seems like decades ago. I'm sure you share the feeling. But Germa, unquestionably, one of the leaders, if not the leader of this squad. Pagador. Madueña with the catch. Kind of weird to watch the Stanford back line without Kiki Pickett, who was just masterful, just 5'0", but so many memorable plays by Pickett during her Cardinal career. The national championship clinching penalty kick against North Carolina in 2019, and served up an assist against Cal to beat the Bears in overtime to finish out the season and her career last year. Kiki Pickett, so much fun to watch over the years. Drafted in the NWSL. Taken away by Doms. Her name might be called here by the NWSL at some point. Doms, right foot, knocked away. Well, they're testing Madueña. And they just keep pounding and pounding, and at some point you think Stanford might find a way through. Doms with such composure. And just waiting for the right moment to strike. Madueña with her 3rd save of the afternoon. Germa and Doms getting ready. Grubel, the corner. Towards Germa, headed off the line. Fuentes on the spot. It was actually Watkins who may have potentially saved the goal. Nope, that was Fuentes, right? First time. Fuentes, the senior from Newark, California, played for the Palo Alto Soccer Club. Newark is literally on the other side of the bay from Palo Alto. Just cross the Dumbarton Bridge. I'll be doing that myself after the game, and you're there. Germa doesn't need to cross a bridge to get to her home in San Jose. Close for Wesley. And a goal kick coming up for the Aztecs. And now the opportunity starting to come fast and furious for the Cardinal. Williams sizes it up, finds Brady, gets it back. Slides it out to Engie. Chipped forward, but only 3 red shirts are there. Castro trying to fight off Engie. A little bit of contact as Pagador is able to deflect it. Grubel had it for a moment. Sarah Funk wins it back before Grubel swipes it away. Rubenstein. Kitahara hangs on to it. Centers it. Nope. Oh, and there was Kiera Utouche, the junior from Rockland, California. Corner kick. Another one coming up for the Cardinal. Their 4th of the match. All of them coming within the past 5 minutes of action or so. Set piece defense, situational soccer, so critical. Grubel again. Sailing back post. In traffic and through. The Cardinal dig it out of the mixer. And after trying to bang on the wall for the past few minutes, they finally break through with the first goal of the match. Cardinal 1, Aztecs 0. Persistence as Medueno was there for a moment, was able to kick it away, but it's Belle Brady who gets her 2nd goal of the season. The 5th-year senior from Alpharetta, Georgia, was all Pac-12 3rd team last year, and she has now scored in back-to-back matches. She notched one against Cal State Northridge on Thursday, adding to her total just moments ago. Aztecs unable to clear, and the Cardinal take advantage. Tenth goal of the year for the Cardinal. Scoring twice against Cal Poly, and then adding 7 more against Cal State Northridge on Thursday. Brady scored a goal in the 2020 season. Also notched 4 assists. Paul Radcliffe has always been a big fan of her decision-making throughout the course of her Cardinal career. Germa. Williams. Towards the touchline, Pagador trying to get there. Who's it off of? San Diego State. Corner kick coming up for the Cardinal.
Corner kick, Stanford, number 24.
Verbal taking corners from both sides. And we'll send it in with the right foot. Off the head and off target. Well, Doms has scored. She scored a couple goals rather, using her head against Cal State Northridge. Also scored with a long header against UCLA a couple years ago as well. But unable to connect on that one. Watkins to Kaliohi. Dispossessed momentarily by Rubenstein, who ends up sending it off of Kaliohi, the 5th-year senior from San Diego. Kaliohi transferred from West Virginia after the 2017 season, went to the 3rd round of the NCAA tournament with the Mountaineers. Germa on the move. Ahead to Brady. The step over. And waits for Doms. Germer with the tap to Engie. Doms back with it. Engie there to clean it up. Rubenstein. Engie gets past Funk. Will she let go? Tries to. Instead, it's blocked. Utouche. And Medueno had it spill off of her for a second and able to hang on to it. That was a bit of a closer call than perhaps it needed to be. Well, Stanford with that 7-0 win over Cal State Northridge on Thursday, and perhaps critical for Stanford to have a performance like that, especially considering what await the Cardinal later on this week. They get on a plane on Tuesday. They play against Duke on Thursday, and then North Carolina on Sunday. Here's Williams. Williams blocked. And Williams hits the ground with a thud. Gaines Ramos trying to set up Kaliohi, but unable to make the run. Stanford gets it back. So, yeah, it's nice for Stanford to get wins before getting on that plane and heading back east to the Tar Heel State, but style points matter a bit as well, as Medueno shields off Williams and is able to make the catch. Especially considering, and look, we talked about this earlier in the show, the fact that Stanford coming off a 6-6-2 season in which they were never able to quite reach that gear that they have been able to reach time and time again over much of the last decade. A high gear to reach, to be sure, but still. Stanford with that 7-goal win on Thursday, perhaps just what the Cardinal needed heading into that road trip to Duke and North Carolina. And when Stanford and North Carolina meet on the pitch in women's soccer, just drop whatever you're doing and watch. That's been proven time and time again. Think Katie Meyer will be a subplot in that one? Williams, side of the box. Played back to Pagador. And the foul by the Aztecs. It's been a whistle-free match to this point. As we take another look at the foul. And yeah, that's legit. Daniela Filipovic, fifth-year senior from Laguna Hills, who's had to play a little bit all over the place. Had to play outside back against St. Mary's on Friday as Lauren Dykus was not available for that game. Dykus back for this one. And Filipovic going back to a normal midfield spot. In the air, penalty spot beyond Wesley. And corner kick number 6 coming up for the Cardinal. Communication in the wall is key. That one off the head of Claire Watkins, setting up another corner and another chance for Grubel to set things up. The senior from Santa Ana, California. Played just 3 games last year. Took winter quarter off. Stanford does run on the quarter system. They're not going to be reporting for fall quarter for about another month or so. Towards the penalty spot, knocked down and out. And she is clipped down. Funk wins that one. Funk bringing the thump. And the ball falling towards Elvey. Elvey trying to get past Pagador. Wesley there to knock it out. And the first corner kick coming up of the match for San Diego State. Stanford defensively able to recover. And Kennedy Wesley started in all 13 matches that she played in last season. It's going to be German Wesley holding it down on the back line in the center. Rubenstein, also a key member of the back line for the Cardinal as well. Gets a head on it. San Diego State trying to set it up again. Utouche blocked. Engie was there. That also might have been friendly fire too. Far side. Towards Doms. Brady resettles. Back to Doms. Skips it ahead. Back post. Kitahara off the post. Second time the Cardinal have gone off the post so far in this one. Terrific transition. Brady and Doms working things along the far side, then Doms sizing it up, and that ball is about as clean as you can get it. Maybe a tough angle for Kitahara, but she goes off the post. And Doms doing what she does, making great decisions and owning the midfield. Some substitutions for the Cardinal. Amy Sayer in the match for Stanford. She's a sophomore from Sydney, Australia. She has it now. The fancy footwork to begin her appearance. And yet another corner coming up for Stanford. Sayer played in 10 matches last year, missed some time with the team as she spent a couple weeks or so with the Australian national team. Paul Radcliffe says that experience certainly will serve her well on this level. She looked terrific against Cal State Northridge on Thursday. Then again, who didn't for Stanford? Grubel sailing off of Wesley's foot, but too many bodies in the way. And we'll do it again, this time from the other side. Sarah Funk back on defense. And the 8th corner of the match for Stanford coming up. Mentioned that Grubel took winter quarter off and played just 3 games last season. Paul Radcliffe said that Stanford was a completely different team when she returned. Front post towards Sayer, but instead taken out. Engie tries to give it a go, but blocked. And bounces back to Meyer. Meyer with the touch. Rubenstein off and running. Towards Sayer, just a bit too strong, and Medueno able to make the catch. Far side, Pagador. And he gets a little space, switches field. Kitahara. Tried to squeeze it to Sayer. Falls down off of Pagador, can't collect. Castro trying to turn. Gurma in the way. With a little help from Grubel. Castro with the goal for St. Mary's, or against St. Mary's, I should say, on Thursday. Mentioned she played on the Mexican under-15 and under-17 national team. She actually scored against Spain in the under-17 World Cup final a couple years ago. How cool is that? I think that would be a conversation starter in the soccer world. From Watkins with Sayer pressuring, closing in on Medueno, and perhaps forcing an errant pass. Stanford with it again. Sayer caught between 2 decisions. Katie Duong in the match for the Cardinal. A transfer. Left foot. Tried the back post. No one quite there. And Rubenstein settles it again. Engie lets loose. And it goes out of the park. And off into the eucalyptus curtain. Katie Duong, number 6 in the match. There she is, bottom of your screen for Stanford, the junior, originally from Portland, Oregon, transferred from Minnesota. She was actually on the All-Big Ten second team last season. And was on the Big Ten's All-Freshman team the year before that. So Paul Radcliffe getting some reinforcements from the transfer portal, which is a rare occurrence at Stanford. The Cardinal will take it when they can get it. Far side. Alexis Ocampo. To Castro, who waits, gets a little bit of space. Left foot towards Fuentes. No. Well, Fuentes to Castro worked on Thursday. Castro to Fuentes almost worked here. Nice move by Castro, allowing herself to get a little space, and then the one touch out towards the far side to find Fuentes. It almost got there. Like Friesen says, Castro's played at a high level, or on high levels, I should say. We mentioned some of her international credentials. But still, even so, there's still a big difference on the collegiate level as well, with pressure and with pace. And talking to Mike Friesen about the freshmen, Castro and Sarah Funk in particular, he said, look, they both had freshman moments, and that works both ways. They both have moments where you say, wow, they're pretty good. But they've also apparently had moments where you say, okay, wow, they're freshmen. That's how it goes. Substitution for San Diego State as Elvie comes off for the Aztecs, replaced by Nicolette Palomo, a freshman from Cerritos, California. Now appearing in her fourth match of the year. All four for San Diego State to this point. Off of Filipovic's back foot. Won back by Duong. Doms turns. Doms versus Fuentes. Towards the front post, Sayer. Nope. Sayer tried the heel kick. Instead of going goalward, goes out of bounds off the sideline. The throw-in from Kaliohi. Sayer tried to turn, denied by Kaliohi. She has it back, errant pass, Sayer. Finds Doms, lets it go, blocked. Sayer took a spill at the top of the box. Funk gets a little space away from Doms. Not easy to do. Sayer with time, turns, far side. Waiting, blocked. Fuentes again. Boy, San Diego State with their share of blocked shots so far in this one. In fact, Stanford has uncorked 17 shots so far in this match. Amy Sayer, part of the Australian pipeline that's developing a bit. You might remember Beattie Gogue, who had some great moments during her Cardinal career. But Sayer on the Pac-12 all-freshman team last season. Substitutions for the Cardinal, Juliet Leontini, a sophomore from Danville, California. She is in the match. And Ivani Brandt, a freshman from Syosset, New York, making her first appearance today. Might also see Nia Harrison, another freshman for Stanford, later on. Paul Radcliffe happy with how Brandt and Harrison have fared so far. Also very happy with Kita Hada. Centered, no. Gets it back. Kicked away, Madueño. Spinning towards the post and off target. Well, when you play against Stanford, and when they're operating at cylinders like this, you're going to get tested as a defense and as a keeper. Madueño had that one go off of her backhand, I believe. And the rest of the Aztec defense able to recover and exhale and live to see another day. 7th shot on goal for Stanford. As Kita Hada has certainly been busy and a major part of that. Carlin Blake in the match for the Aztecs. Duong looking for room. Finds Doms. Slides ahead. Kita Hada right on frame. So Blake in the match for San Diego State. She's a freshman from Overland Park, Kansas. As the youth continues for San Diego State, 9 freshmen and newcomers have played for San Diego State this year. Bouncing towards Meyer. She's able to get a little help from Brandt, shielding off the oncoming attacker for San Diego State. Five minutes to go, first half. Stanford ahead 1-0. They've been in control pretty much the entire way. Maybe some moments early on where the Aztecs were pressing, but the last 35 minutes have belonged to the Cardinal. And they're looking for more. Rolled towards Kitahara, sent back, headed out. Grubel plays it back, off of Sayer, and the flag up, offside. And Sayer knew it right from the start. Knew that the flag and the whistle were coming, and they were. Castro trying to turn. Germer with other ideas. Leontini almost got it back, just beyond her reach. Leontini with a tally in the goal category for the Cardinal against Cal State Northridge on Thursday. Kitahara had 2 assists in that one. She can strike. Instead, she tries to serve it up. Nope. Duong waits. Kaliohi closing. Back out to Kitahara. Kitahara, the step over the shot, right on frame. Well, you see the skill and the dribbling ability of the youngster from Hillsborough, California. Watch this. Nope. But to her credit, Fuentes hung in there. The 20 shots uncorked by the Cardinal in this first half. 20. Could see 21 coming up here in a moment. Grubel sprinting, catches up with it. Looking for space. Able to hang on to it and find Doms. Doms searches for options, finds Kitahara. Well, Fuentes has been responsible for had a hand in both of San Diego State's goals so far this year. The penalty kick against Army and the assist against St. Mary's, but her worth has been shown much more defensively so far in this one. Back to Leontini. Tries to escape Funk. And the whistle against the Aztecs. Well, Leontini scored off of a free kick against the Matadors on Thursday from a spot that was a bit closer in and a bit more towards center of goal. So perhaps about a 5-yard differential between that goal she scored against the Matadors on Thursday. But let's see if she still decides to test Medueno in this situation. Snatched away. Medueno had eyes on that one the whole way through. It was Grubel who took it, went to the near post. Cardinal get it back. Sayer. The hop. Service towards Kitahara. Skips off of her. She can't recover. Kaliohi there defensively as well. Final minute, first half. Duong. Left foot. Back post. Sayer in the mix. Tries to get it back. Can't do it. And off goes San Diego State. 2 on 5. And the Aztecs have to wait for reinforcements and play it back. As the Cardinal respond defensively, and Brandt finishes off that brief flurry from San Diego State. Kitahara. Kitahara shoots, scores! Andrea Kitahara in the goal column for the first time in her Cardinal career, and Stanford's up 2-0. As Kitahara perhaps dancing on that line between onside and offside, no whistles, no flags, and Dre Kitahara takes advantage and puts it through for the score. She hit the post earlier in the first half, but able to cash in on that opportunity.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Pagador just sends it out of bounds,
4, 3,
and the Cardinal take a 2-0 lead to the half. Belle Breedy in the 22nd minute, and that young lady, Andrea Kitahara, just seconds ago, put it together, and Stanford leads San Diego. Kitahara able to put it through, and Stanford has been in the right place at the right time throughout this match. Stanford with plenty of Olympians in Tokyo so far, or at least during the Olympic Games. A lot of them came from a very special place on campus. We'll tell you about that coming up in a moment. We're at the